Now, wow. Okay, zoom out a little bit. No, that's zoom in. Dang it.
I won't do it again.
Hey guys, it's Lindsay, and we're going to be doing top 10 things you should know about Vidcon with my friend Katie. Alright, let's get started.
So the first thing you need to know is making plans with friends. Not like friends that you know, like this friend that is right here next to me, but like friends from the internet. Because I had plans to meet up with 2 girls, and neither of them actually went through with it. But you have to keep going with it, because the first girl, we were going to go see a panel together, and she got front row seats to the panel. But since she never texted me, and I never texted her, I didn't get front row seats to this panel. I got like farther back, and it was really pissing me off. And then the other girl, we were going to wait in line together, but things didn't work out. She took forever to eat lunch, so we didn't end up waiting in line together. But it would have been a lot better if I had met these people. So like, keep in contact with the people you're going to meet. It's very important.
Yeah, so like pre-planned it, and you like find a spot, like, okay, let's meet here at this time, and just be sure to be there, and it'll be like way better. Number 2, meeting YouTubers. Meeting YouTubers can be really exciting. You're like, oh my god, there's Tyler Oakley. But if they're going somewhere, they're like, they look like they're late, so you don't just like stand back and be like, okay, well, he looks like he's like really gotta go to the bathroom. He's like running into the bathroom. Don't like try to follow him and be like, oh my god, can I put you so badly? And he's like, I really need to pee. So just like respect their space. But if you're meeting YouTubers at a signing, a really good idea is like have somebody record it. Like have like somebody like with their phone or a camera.
There are a lot of volunteers who are like, there's a couple volunteers who at the signings who will be very willing to hold your phone to either video it or take pictures. Like, it's really nice if you can get them to do that. And if you can't, you can just get the person behind you to record it and then get your phone back before you leave.
Yeah, so it'll make the experience so much better if you can like go back and like watch it. Especially if like something you know you probably would never meet again. Like Tyler Oakley, like Markiplier, all those YouTubers. So if you're meeting a YouTuber out and about, just be sure to like maybe ask before you're doing something, because maybe they'll be like they'll be leaving, or
they could be like running somewhere because they're gonna be late to something, or like they're trying to get somewhere, or they're doing something else, and it could be like really intrusive and rude just to be like, hey, can we take a selfie?
Especially sometimes people will stop and there'll be a line forming. Don't try to like go sneak into like the front of the line.
Do not cut the lines. Don't do it.
And then if they say, oh, bye, we have to leave now, please don't everyone start rushing up to them and trying to mob them. Once they say, oh, I can't take more pictures, I gotta go, everyone start trying to run up to them. Just don't do it, because it's really bothering them, and it may make them not want to come to VidCon anymore because they feel like they're getting mobbed a lot. Number 3 is panels. Panels are so much fun, but you gotta make sure, if you really like that YouTuber and you really want to like go to them,
you're gonna have to sit there to get good seats for like 4 hours.
Yeah, come about like hour to 45 minutes before the panel.
No, you should probably come like 2 hours earlier. If you want like really good seats, the earlier you should come, the better.
Yeah, especially key on main stage. Key on main stage, like opening ceremony, anything. Like, it is impossible to get good seats.
And the key main stage is really bad because there are always poles and there's things set up that completely block the view. So you want to get there really early. With smaller stages too, it's still a good idea, but it's not like as important and as like...
Yeah, so just make sure you try to get there early, and try to also respect people, like, when there's like, they're talking, don't holler out stuff at them, be like, oh my god, I love you so much, because they're talking, they're like, okay.
And
so,
like, don't shout anything rude or mean. Like, if they are very uncomfortable with some shit, do not shout at them that it's real. Don't, because they're not gonna like it and they're gonna want to leave.
Yeah. So, also once panels are over, everyone's gonna try to crowd to the ring, to like crowd to get a picture with them. They're gonna go straight into the back. I promise you, they're not gonna stop and get a picture. Security doesn't even like it. So they might, if you really want to get a picture with them, they might stick around and come out like to the side, and you might be able to get like a little picture with them then. But usually, especially if it's a big YouTuber, they're not gonna like come out at all.
But sometimes after panels, they will go to the edge of the stage and they'll like high five people standing on the edge of the stage. But it's not really worth it because it takes like 10 minutes. You stand there, there's a giant crowd of people, you're being shoved at the stage, shoved to the barrier, shoved to the speakers. Security hates everyone. Security just wants you all to leave, and it's not really worth it unless you're like, unless you really want to meet this, unless you really, like, if you haven't met this person and you really want to, it's only worth it then, but still not.
Yeah, so I also, if you have a question, and they'll like raise your hand and they'll give you the microphone, don't ask them, oh, is this ship real? Or don't ask them for a follow on Twitter, don't ask them to like subscribe to your channel, just because they probably don't have their phones on them, and it's just like a waste of a question. Alright, number 4 is the Expo Hall. The Expo Hall is absolutely amazing.
It might seem kind of boring at first, like, oh, there's just a bunch of booths everywhere. It's random people. I don't want to go to the stupid booths. But it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, they have merch. You can buy, like, they have, like, these plushy pillows where you can, like, that have, like, emojis on them. They have, like, these, like, photo booths where you can, like, take pictures. They have, like, hamster balls where you can, like, run around and try to beat your friend at them. It's just something to do when maybe you're waiting for a panel or, like, you just don't have anything to do. Walk around them and you'll see a lot of people there.
Also, last year, I don't know if this is going to happen next year, but it might, there was this huge inflatable obstacle course, which was really fun, but most people weren't actually going to it because they just thought it would be really lame, but it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah. Also, if you hear screams in the Expo Hall,
you run.
All you do is run.
You run towards the screams. You might want to run away, but no, you run towards the screaming because it's probably going to be someone really famous, and you're probably going to want to see them.
Yeah, but if you see a YouTuber in the Expo Hall, please don't scream, because then they might get mobbed, or they might try to like secretly try to get through somewhere, and so it's just kind of annoying for YouTubers. But if you do hear screams, go for it.
But don't scream yourself unless it is a panel. If you just see them walking around, don't scream. Don't.
Yeah. Also, the bathrooms. Bathrooms in Expo Hall, they have like a certain amount, but the lines are really long. So if you guys want a secret hit for us, do you remember when you go to Vidcon, there's going to be an area where you'll go downstairs to get registration, and that's called Hall E. In Hall E, if you go down, there's bathrooms up there that nobody uses.
It's really hard to actually get into Hall E because it's right next to the signing hall, which is Hall D, and there's also a lot of security guards, and usually they'll close off the escalators or the stairs into Hall E. But Hall E is actually really nice if you want to chill, if you want to like recharge your phone. There's a lot of plugs everywhere. There's bathrooms. There's really no one down there. It's a great place to eat lunch too.
Yeah, so it's just a place if you want to like, if you're out of battery and you don't want to use those machines that like takes your phone. So it's really a cool little area to hang out and chill with your friends.
The next one, number 5, is food. There's a lot of food trucks, but they're usually not very good food, and the lines are always horrible, but there's actually little food stations in the expo halls. If you just look for them close enough, you can find some like little coffee shops and things, and everything at VidCon is overpriced. Like, everything is really overpriced, so bringing your own food is a good idea, but if you don't, there's also a lot of really nice places you can go.
Yeah. I'd say we spent quite a bit of money on food because the food trucks are, again, very expensive. If you want maybe some cheaper food, there's food places, there's Starbucks in the Hilton, there's Baja Fresh in the Hilton, there's a couple places in the Hilton, also in the Marriott. There's also like little restaurants around VidCon, like in the like halls. So there's places you can eat there. I recommend bringing some snacks with you because while you're in line, you're gonna get hungry, and it's not really worth the money to spend like $20 on like a sandwich and like thing, and then spend like 20 more bucks for like dinner later. I'd say I brought like a bunch of chips and like bags and like little food, and we ate them in line all the time.
Yeah, also if you're gonna be in line, if you know you're gonna be in line for like 5 hours at least, it's a good idea to bring like some food, because I was in a line for 5 hours and no one would talk to me. It was so weird. No one wanted to talk to me. So I literally just sat and ate for 5 hours. It's great. Would recommend.
Yeah, so there's great places to get food. Just make sure you bring some money for food, unless you want to bring your own food, which I would also recommend because it's just cheaper. Number 6. Number 6 is going with friends. Going with friends makes the experience 10 times better because you can share it with somebody.
But there are a lot of times that you either have to be alone or it is better to be alone.
Like, I know it's hard to separate with your friends, but you actually tend to make new friends even if you leave your other friends.
But, like, your friend will most likely get a signing, at least one signing, without you, and you will have to roam around for, like, a couple hours by yourself. Or your friend will want to go to some panel that you don't want to go to. But even doing things by yourself is a lot better. Like, if you want to get good seats at a panel, it's going to be harder to find, like, 2, 3 seats together, but it's a lot easier to find one open seat.
So yeah, if you're like, oh my god, I really want to go to this panel, they're like, I'll go with you, but I don't really want to go. I recommend just be like, hey, hang out in the expo hall, and I'll go to this panel, and you'll get way better seats, and maybe they won't have to sit through something they didn't want to do. I'm a YouTuber. finding YouTubers are slightly hard. Make sure one thing to do is have the YouTubers you like notifications on Twitter and Instagram, because they might be like, oh, secret meetup, and they'll be like a meetup that's happening that you don't have to like have a wristband for, and you might not know about it until after if you don't have the notifications on. Also, a couple of really good places to go is in the garage. There's stairs. If you open the door and you go all the way up to the top floor, a lot of YouTubers like to skate up there. So you might run into like some like British YouTubers who like to like do skate tricks up there.
But it's usually like Viners up there, so if you're not a big thing for Viners, it's kind of a waste of time, but it could be worth it.
Yeah. And the Marriott and the Hilton. If you don't have tickets for the Hilton, you cannot get into the Hilton.
Okay, if you have a community pass or you have no stay at the Hilton, if you have a community pass, you cannot get tickets at the Hilton. And if you have a Hilton stay card, you can get in, but if you don't have it, you cannot get in at all.
And they just announced in 2016, the next VidCon, they will not allow anyone but industry and creators. So it will be very difficult for you to get into the Hilton. So I recommend staying at the Marriott.
And don't try to sneak into the Hilton. You might think it's a good idea, but it's not. You will get kicked out. You can very well get your badge taken away. It's not a good plan. You probably won't even meet anyone.
If you do want to like see creators, I recommend just hanging out like in the garage area.
Or you hang out in front of the Hilton. That's a good place too.
Yeah, we actually ran into Mike Murphy and Luke Corns outside of the garage, and it was super cool to see them.
And in front of the Hilton, I actually met some really cool people too.
Yeah, and also another place to find YouTubers is literally, they like to walk around the expo hall a lot as well. So we got to smash games at the expo hall.
It took some searching, but we found them.
Yeah, so they might like tweet out their location, they might...
or they might not, but like they were posting pictures and you could basically tell from the backgrounds where they were, so it was not too hard. And they were totally cool. They had like all these people meeting them, they were totally fine with it.
Also, some people like to hang out on the fountain a lot, and that's a good place to try to check if you're trying to find a YouTuber.
If you're going to meet some smaller YouTubers, you're going to get more wristbands than normal. Like, she met 2 really big people, I met 1 really big person, and then 2 smaller people. But the 2 smaller people I met had exactly the same time signing. There are no redo signings. So I got 2 wristbands at the same exact time. And don't worry, you don't have to get there early or anything extra. You just have to show up and you have to tell the person who is standing there, you have to show them you have double wristbands, and then they will take you to the front of the line. So you'll be one of the first people to meet them. It's called the double wristband line, and it's really nice. And once you're done with that, once you meet the first person, you can just go to the end of the other line, and it's totally worth it. You don't have to get there early or anything, so don't worry. Is making friends, and you're going to be in line for hours and hours and hours and hours at VidCon, or you're going to be waiting for a panel at hours and hours and hours, and you're going to be surrounded by tons of people, probably around 1,000 at a time, and it might seem a little overwhelming, but you always have one thing in common with the people around you. You like the same YouTubers, so you can talk to them, and you can make great friends this way.
Yeah. It's like just start the right conversation. Maybe the piece of worship might be like, oh hey, have you seen a new video? And instantly you'll become friends, especially at meet and greets. When you're meeting a YouTuber, you're gonna be waiting in line for like an hour, and it's a great way to meet people because you like are meeting the same person.
Together, we went to 5 signings, and in only one of the signings, no one would actually talk to us. So most people are really open to talking. Like, you can usually just join in, and you can just say, oh, if you're meeting a group YouTuber, you can just be like, oh, who's your favorite? Or what do you like about this YouTuber? And it will be a great conversation, and you will make friends with them. And I still keep contact with some of the friends I've made.
Yeah, same. Just like ask for their Twitter or ask for their Instagram, and so you guys can be like talking about VidCon during the during non-VidCon times, and it'll be exciting to be like, oh hey, remember when we had this fun at VidCon? So, alright, well that's all we have for you. If you guys have any questions about VidCon or want to share your experience, just put it down in the comments below. Maybe give us a thumbs up. I don't know. Anyways, until next time.